I give the call to the member for Moore.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. The Higher Education and Research Reform Bill of 2014 contains a range of measures designed to improve the quality of education delivered at Australian universities, TAFEs and colleges to make them competitive with the best institutions in the world. The reforms also aim to promote research and innovation in a way that achieves greater commercialisation of Australian intellectual property, which is critical for the economic development of our nation. Another key objective is maintaining accessibility and affordability for students through the Higher Education Loans Program and Commonwealth scholarships. The aim is to make our higher education sector less institutionalised and more collaborative with industry. We need practical graduates who are in tune with commercial reality through their education and ready for employment. The university sector is generally supportive of the government's reforms. The Commonwealth will provide approximately $15.6 billion to universities this year, and it will continue to increase each year. Universities Australia issued a media release on the 28th of January 2015 stating, and I quote, "Our appeal to senators as they return to Canberra is not to ignore the opportunity they have to negotiate with the government in amending and passing a legislative package that will position Australia's universities to compete with the world's best." In my electorate of Moore, the package of reforms presents a unique opportunity for Edith Cowan University. As the cornerstone of the Joondalup Learning Precinct, our local university is the main hub for 24,000 students and is a leading institution in the field of research, innovation and enterprise initiatives, working closely with the private sector in delivering a number of practical, real-world solutions. I have been kept informed of the university's programs by Professor Margaret Jones, Director in the Office of Research and Innovation, and Mr Neil Butler, Community Engagement and Partnerships Advisor. Edith Cowan University has developed a reputation for its emphasis on supporting new and established researchers and is currently developing a number of innovations that are helping shape our community. One innovation is an innovative heart rate monitor which operates under the same principles as noise-cancelling headphones. Traditional heart rate monitors, or electrocardiograms, worked by measuring the electrical impulses generated by a human heart through a series of electrodes placed in a patient's body. The heart rate monitor, under development at the Electron Science Institute at ECU, works by isolating the magnetic field generated by a heart, which provides a more detailed information than from an ECG. As well as providing more information about the heart for doctors, the magnetic heart rate monitor also has the advantage of not needing to be in contact with the patient's skin to work. Another innovation is in the form of a smartphone application being developed by students, which aims to help people with disabilities to contact their families or carers when they find themselves in distressing situations. Using the Please Help application, disabled people can automatically dial nominated contacts for assistance. And if there is no answer, an SMS with the user's current GPS location and the nearest address is sent to an emergency contact. The idea from the app came from the WA Police in conjunction with Therapy Focus and was developed by the ECU School of Computing and Security Science students. 3 Edith Cowan University research projects have been named as finalists in the West Australian Information and Telecommunications Alliance Awards for undergraduate information communications technology projects. The Please Help app, an application aimed at improving diagnosis of hearing loss in children, and Firewatch, a bushfire monitoring tool developed in partnership with the state government land agency Landgate. At a national level, the work of up to 35,000 researchers and some 1,700 technical and support staff are dependent on this reform package, as are the Australian Research Council Future Fellowships. If funding was withheld, top researchers would be likely to abandon research careers and possibly seek positions overseas, leading to a loss of intellectual assets. Improving access to higher education remains an important priority for the government. The bill will expand opportunities to more than 80,000 students a year to study for diplomas and pathway courses by 2018. For the first time in history, direct Commonwealth financial assistance will be provided to support students studying higher education diplomas, advanced diplomas, associate and bachelor degrees enrolled in registered higher education institutions. Graduates, on average, earn 75% more over their lifetime than those who just complete Year 12. The new Commonwealth scholarships, which are part of the reform package, represent the most comprehensive scholarship scheme in Australia's history. Students from low socioeconomic status backgrounds will be provided with more opportunities to participate in higher education, providing improved access to education by the most talented students from disadvantaged backgrounds. In addition, Commonwealth scholarships, there will be a dedicated scholarship fund for universities with high proportions of low SES students that will be funded directly by the Commonwealth on top of university-based scholarships. Furthermore, to maintain the affordability and accessibility of higher education, the Higher Education Loans Program will continue taxpayer support for all students' tuition fees up front, ensuring that repayments are due only when the student enters the workforce and earns in excess of $50,000. The proposed reforms introduce an interest rate pause on debts for primary carers of children aged less than 5 years who are earning less than the minimum repayment threshold. In addition, the bill abolishes the existing 25% loan fee for fee help and the 20% loan fee for vet fee help from the 1st of January 2016. These fees currently apply to students enrolled in TAFE colleges, vocational training organisations and private colleges, bringing arrangements in line with universities. Developing quality Australian universities that are competitive internationally remains an important objective of the higher education reforms. Currently, our universities have limited prospects of competing with the best in Europe and North America and the emerging universities of Asia. Only 7 Australian universities are ranked in the top 200 internationally. As someone who has been fortunate enough to have attended Wharton Business School at the University of Pennsylvania in Philadelphia, I experienced the benefits of having world-renowned academic staff in a rarefied environment of an Ivy League university. International education is worth $15 billion in export revenue to the national economy. It represents Australia's 3rd largest export behind iron ore and coal. Under the reforms, universities will be given autonomy to set course fees and attract students. I quote an article which appeared in the Australian Financial Review on the 23rd of September 2014, in which Universities Australia said, "It is simply not possible to maintain the standards that students expect or the international reputation that the Australian university system enjoys without full fee deregulation. Competition will enhance the quality and make higher education providers more responsive to the needs of students in the labour market. The government will also direct the Australian Competition and Consumer Commission to monitor university fees. Domestic fees will be required to be lower than the international student fees, minus the Commonwealth subsidy. Under the reform package, the Abbott government will invest $11 billion over 4 years into university research and to attract and retain some of the world's top researchers in Australia. This includes $150 million, which has been allocated over the next 2 financial years to fund the National Collaborative Research Infrastructure Strategy, and a further $139.5 million to deliver 100 new 4-year research positions per year under the Future Fellowships Scheme. These measures are designed to secure Australia's place at the forefront of research. The package of reforms will provide significant opportunities for Edith Cowan University to expand the work of its on-campus research institutes, which are already achieving at a high level. For example, Edith Cowan University's Security Research Institute is one of the leading cyber security and digital forensic groups in the world, recognized for its expertise in human security, physical security, and aviation security. The Institute consistently delivers high-impact outcomes in computer and digital forensics, network and wireless security, information warfare, physical security, and risk management. The Institute's other achievements include a digital forensics tool developed in conjunction with the Western Australian Police to assist with cybercrime, preliminary crime scene investigation, disaster victim identification, and evidence tracking. This collaborative effort between ECU staff, students, and the Western Australian Police is an example of innovation and effective community engagement at work. Similarly, Edith Cowan University's Health and Wellness Institute houses an innovative multidisciplinary research team in exercise medicine, dedicated to investigating the extent of how exercise can be employed in cancer management to materially improve patient outcomes, thereby providing a steady stream of patients, medical, health, and research personnel necessary to support the research program. To cite an example, there is an article on page 17 of today's West Australian newspaper about the university's research into mitigating the process of Huntington's disease. The proposed higher education reforms are designed to make universities such as Edith Cowan less institutionalized and more innovative in terms of industry collaboration, delivering tangible results for the community. Another example of innovative applied research based at the local university campus is the Vario Wellness Clinic, which is a commercial entity that delivers best practice wellness programs, integrated consulting, and assessment services to the community. The clinic offers specialized programs which have been developed for people with existing chronic conditions in the areas of exercise physiology, dietetics, physiotherapy, and psychology, including the Live Now program, which consists of specialized exercise for people with cancer. In summary, the Higher Education and Research Reform Bill of 2014 contains a range of measures designed to improve the quality of education delivered at Australian institutions to compete with the best in the world. The reforms also aim to promote research and innovation. Another key objective is maintaining the accessibility and affordability for students through Commonwealth scholarships and through higher education loans program. These higher education reforms will provide a wide array of career pathways for my constituents, particularly our youth, and provide the highly skilled workforce we need to build a stronger economy. Thank you, Mr. Deputy.